Tyler Lawrence here with World of MMA alongside Giva, the arm collector Santana, who recently made his middleweight debut for the Bellator Fighting Championships in October. Giva, can you go ahead and give us your thoughts on that fight and your victory by armbar?
The fight was pretty good. It was my debut on Bellator, which is a pretty good organization. I'm happy being there. And it was a good fight. Darryl Cobb was a pretty strong striker. And my strategy was put him down and finish what I like to do, which is jiu-jitsu and armbar. And I ended up the fight that way, and I love it.
At one point in your career, you had 10 straight victories via armbar. Can you go ahead and give us a little bit of your background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, well, just talking about the 10 wins first, it's not like that I just go for the armbar, it just happened that way. But I like to do any submissions that come from Jiu-Jitsu, which is my background. I'm from Lauro Club, Jiu-Jitsu, in São Paulo, Brazil, the main gyms over there. And I trained Jiu-Jitsu my whole life. Actually, in March now we're going to be my 20 years anniversary on Jiu-Jitsu. So that's all I'm doing my whole life is Jiu-Jitsu. So when I finished the fight with the submission, some people don't understand, but I think for me it's the same feeling that knock someone out because we stopped the fight. That's what I like to go for it.
Your next fight for Bellator Fighting Championships scheduled for March. Can you tell us who your opponent's going to be in that bout?
Just find out right now. Like a couple hours ago, my opponent's going to be Bruno Santos or Bruno Carioca, Brazilian. My first Brazilian opponent. I never fought Brazilians before, and I'm pretty interested on this fight. He's a pretty good opponent, strong, so I can do a lot of good things on it. Can work really well on the fight, and try to go one step ahead for the championship on the tournament.
Going into this fight, do you think he should expect to defend the armbar a little bit here?
Oh yeah, but he's have a background on jiu-jitsu too. I'm gonna try too, of course. You know, that's what I like to do. I like to finish the fight, but not only armbar, whatever it is, whatever it takes to finish the fight, punch, anything I'm gonna do. Of course, armbar if he's right there, I'm gonna try to. But I'm expect like a good ground because he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu too. So I think it's gonna be a good fight.
We've noticed here that you've been training a lot on your stand-up as well, probably preparing for this fight. Is that something that going to the fight you're looking to utilize more as well?
Yeah, well, I like to train everything. I train my jiu-jitsu. I'm lucky because I have Fabio here, Fabio Nascimento, who's my black belt in Laércio. Good jiu-jitsu black belt guy, so I keep sharpening up my jiu-jitsu every day. But besides that, I gotta train boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, everything to be well-rounded, right? Because we know, like at this level, it's not everybody who can just put it down and dominate completely and tap them out. So you gotta be ready for any situation on the fight. And of course, with Team Oyama, sharpen up my Muay Thai here, Romy Adanza, Shane Del Rosario, all those guys that beat me up standing, so make me strong.
Can you tell us what it's like to represent Team Oyama in one of the fastest growing sports in the world of MMA?
Oh, it's a pleasure. You know, either way, like I help them with the jiu-jitsu, and Team Oyama is a strong team. We like start this year really early. So everybody has already fight set for March. Everybody be fighting until March. Everyone on the team. That's pretty good. So keep everybody busy. Everyone's showing up. Our sparring sessions, it's like 30 people on a sparring session. So that's coming along really well, and it's an honor to represent.
And in the sport, how important is it to continue to stay active and to continue to train as well as fighting? I just think like the time is changing, and then before that was my big thing when I got here in the States because I'm from Brazil, but. In Brazil, like in order to be good on jiu-jitsu, I have to train jiu-jitsu every day, the entire year. There's no break, there's no time off, and I'm used to that. And when I got here, a couple of fighters they make a camp for the fight, train like for 8 or 12 weeks,
and they after the fight they take a break, and then when they have another fight scheduled, they come in. But that's changed a lot, and people know, like, all the champs that we have out there in our organization, you see they're good on all the aspect on the fight. They're good on the ground, they're good at standing. That means they train every day. It's not making only a camp. So that's what you're looking for here. We train every day, and everything we have to: wrestling, Muay Thai, boxing, jiu-jitsu. You gotta be training consistently. I don't believe in no more on this, like, make it just a camp for the fight. Of course, like, when you get close of the fight, like 8 weeks to go, you sharpen up your training, you focus more. But you should be working everything you have to win a fight the entire year.
There you go. Tyler Lawrence here with World of MMA. Giva Santana making his return to the Bellator cage in March. We look forward to your return, Giva. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, World MMA. 16-man tournament in Korea, heavyweight.
16-man tournament in Korea, heavyweight?
Heavyweight. I was this size, even smaller. I got some more muscle on me, and it was my debut. And my plan was go just to make a good one fight, because it's like
just make an impression.
Yeah, 4 fights one night. I just I just want to make an impression, like, you know, fight my heart and
this is your debut, right?
Yeah, and I hope they call me to my original division later. And
get the call back and come back.
But I ended up winning the whole thing. And my first guy was too big. I just, like, exchange punch, even, like, have like a kind of zero of striking, because I was like a pure jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And then I just try like 1-2 move. No, he's like the guy. His resume said he was a sumo, jiu-jitsu black belt. I was like, judo black belt, so Japanese guy too. Because like, I'm gonna take a chance, fall under this guy. It's mostly because the other fights that had to come was a 4 fight same night, and I win by points. And the second fight was some guy from Middle East, have to armbar. Third guy was Edwin Aguilar. I think he's on a Bellator too. Was armbar too. And the fourth one was a big guy, armbar too. And so I had 3 armbar in the beginning. And then I went to fight on the state with Maverick Harvey. Maverick is from here, local. And I went to the fight. They call him like Soul Collector, the Soul Collector. So I went to the fight and armbar him too. And since then, my friends like, so he was the Soul Collector, now you're the Arm Collector. And they start calling me that. And that's how I started, and then it started happening. Like every fight started like getting everybody on the armbar.
And then people just leave the arm out, and then you're like, boom, there it is.
Yeah, well, my first idea before was a self-defense. I was like, okay, if I get his arm, he might not tap, but I'm pretty sure he won't beat me with the arm later. He won't like punch me with the arm. That was my first idea. Like, okay, just kind of like protecting myself. And then I had like all crazy angles to pull armbar. I don't know. It's just like I don't train for, but sometimes I'm trained. I was like, okay, no armbar today. And when I see it's like, it's just natural. So I think it's a gift. So I'm gonna keep using until I can.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where you just have it, you feel it, and it's just automatic, auto.
Right there. Yeah,
autopilot.
But I force myself. Like, I have a lot of good submissions too. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's a surprise that I'm catching like a good ones on it, but it's just a way easy to get. I just feel myself easy, but I practice a lot of other submissions on it.
That's good.
On jiu-jitsu.
That's good.